Good morning, family. Today I wanted to break down how to use Sway charts. Now, this is my number one option when it comes to using personal funds. I already broke down how to use Osprey on TradeLocker, but honestly, this is my personal and number one favorite option when it comes to trading, live personal funds. And this is also the same platform we use when it comes to trading the PAM account, right? So I'm going to go ahead and quickly break this down for you guys. So first things first, how to download the app. Now, there is an app in the App Store called Sway Charts. This is not the app you want to download. What you want to do is go to your Safari. Go to your Safari and you want to type in Sway Charts Pro. And once you do that, Sway Charts Pro, the first option right there, tap it. You can go ahead and type in your email and your password, the same email and password you used to sign in to get into the website, your Sway broker website, right, where you go to deposit your funds and all that good stuff. It's the same username and password. So what you can do, you can, of course, trade on the web link if you want it. You just type your username and password here and trade here. But just to make life easier, on the bottom where that box with the arrow is, as if you wanted to share something, tap that. And you want to hit add to home screen. Add to home screen and just hit add. When you do that, that would allow the app to be effectively on your phone, and it's going to look just like that. Right. So once you have the app, you're good to go. So go ahead and tap that app. And then you want to put in, like I said, your username and password, and then you're going to be signed in and good to go. So once that happens, let me show you guys exactly how you'll be entering trades and just maneuvering through the app. Now, first things first, automatically I'm on the trade screen, right? The trade screen is, this is pretty much what your front screen is going to look like. So at the top left, you see these three dots. Now, this is where you can kind of move through the dashboard. So, right now I'm on the chart screen. You can look at quotes, which is just the different pairs. So you can be able to see the bid and the ask price. Not really that necessary. Trade is going to show your trade history, right? All your trade history, your profit losses, trades that you've taken. And then your account history is going to show account history, whether how much money. This is a demo account, by the way. But this to show you guys how this works. But this is going to show you your account history, how much money you made, percentage of return, pips, and all that good stuff, right? So opening time and everything. And you can also look at it from different views. So if you tap the word view, right, you can look at it from analysis. And this is kind of like why I really like it. You can look at the analysis. You can look at, trades. Probably gives you a lot of insights, right? A lot of different insights that you can utilize for your knowledge. You can look at it from the list. You can look at it from a statement point of view. There's many ways you can look at your account history. And I love that it gives you that many options, right? Very, very simple insights will show you your best and worst trades, all that good stuff. So you have all that good stuff for you. And then here we have currency strength, which is another cool thing. If you guys ever heard of the currency strength meter, this essentially just allows you to see how strong a currency is. So the more points it has, the more bullish it is. So for example, GBP is very bullish right now, right? It's a +5. So that means GBPs right now are pretty much pushing up. And then something like CAD, right, is -3.9, right? So a CAD in the front would be dropping. So like CAD JPY, you would expect it to maybe be falling, and something like GBP CAD, you would expect that to be rising right now, right? So currency strength is also something that can be utilized in your trading as additional knowledge and help. Then you have Mailbox, which I actually never opened before, and you have account, which shows all your different accounts. So you can have multiple trading accounts, right? I have multiple trading accounts here, some live, some in the PAM. So you can flip through the accounts as you please. Settings. This is just your settings if you want to change the color and things of that nature. Not really that important. And then last but not least, log out, which I'm not going to press, right? So coming back to charts, where the magic happens, right under that 3 lines, you see EuroCAD. So if you tap EuroCAD, this is where you can actually, type whatever currency pair you wanted to type, right? You can look at all markets. They actually have a lot of markets. They have, FX majors, which is Forex majors, Forex minors, exotic pairs. They have commodities like gold, oil. They have stock indices like, NAS, US 30, things of that nature. They have metals like gold. They have cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, right? They have equities also, which is pretty cool, right? So, personally with equities, this is stocks, right? If you ever thought about buying and holding stocks long term, imagine buying and holding stocks long term with leverage, right? Which Sway, the broker, allows us, right? So you can make more money buying and holding stocks here than you can on like a Robinhood or a Cash App or something like that. So this is actually my preferred way of buying and holding stocks right here on this app. And it's beautiful that we have these options, Apple, Adidas, Boeing, Bank of America. You have a lot of options here. You don't have all of them. You don't have NVIDIA, things like that, but you have a pretty solid amount of well-known stocks. Synthetic markets, I don't really touch these, but, and then others, which is just the DXY and stuff like that. So you have all the pairs you could ask for here. You could also, make some favorites if you wanted, and, type in whatever you wanted. So we're going to look at EuroCAD today. So looking at EuroCAD, beside EuroCAD, you can see the different time frames. You actually can type through multiple different time frames. You have the 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute, 6 minute, right? You have a lot of different options to look for, which is what I really like with Sway. A lot of the other platforms don't really add this many options. They have the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15, the 30, the H1 and the H4, the day, the week, the month. That's all most platforms have. So the fact that we have this many options is actually very great, and you can really utilize that to your advantage. So you can look at whatever time frame you want to, and then beside that you have a settings. You have a settings, and this is simply where you can look at the price style. Right now I have candles. If I wanted to, let's say look at hollow candles instead of regular candles, you see how it changed. So the setting just changes how your chart looks. Right, I can look at, change my cursor type. I can change my, if you wanted to add indicators on your chart, you can do that. So let's say I wanted to add an indicator. Let's say I wanted to add a moving average. I just type it in. And you can see they have all these different types of moving averages. I'm going to use the exponential moving average. And if I wanted to edit the moving average where it says EMA close 14, I just hit that gear sign beside it. And I can change this to, let's say I wanted to do the 21 indicator. 21 moving average. Hit 21. I'll hit save. Right. So now I got the 21 moving average on my chart. Right. So you're able to do that. And then also you can add some drawings if you want. You can start drawing whatever you want. You can draw a horizontal line. Let me go to all. Horizontal line. You can draw a box, Fibonacci, whatever you wanted to do. They're all here for you, right? So let's say I wanted to do a rectangle, right? I want to go ahead and draw a zone. All I have to do, bring that back, drawing, start drawing. Let's see, rectangle, bow. So all you do is tap the screen, and then, you can edit this as you please. If I wanted to draw my zones, I can go ahead and edit this. Now I'm gonna be honest, I don't do my markups on this because why is it glitching like that? Yeah, it be bugging out. That's why I don't really do my markups. There you go. So I don't really do my markups on this much because it's kind of annoying to maneuver with. It's easier on your laptop. If you're on your laptop or iPad, it's much easier to maneuver than your phone in general with Sway charts. But that's drawing. If you want to draw a horizontal line or whatever the case may be, you could do that. So next thing you know, chart presence. Honestly, sorry. Chart preset. I'm not going to press that because I don't want to preset. I don't want to preset anything. And then you have visual options. You don't really have to mess with those, right? So next thing you know, beside that, you have this sway button. And this is where you can actually, set, buy stops. You can set market execution. This is where you can actually go to enter your trades and put your information up front, right? So say, for example, I sent out a signal. Like today, we sent out a EuroCAD buy stop signal. Now the trade already activated and is in profit. So we're just going to enter it immediately. And, we have our stop loss and our take profit. Stop loss is right here. Take profit is right here, right? So we're going to go ahead and enter those numbers. So let's say I wanted to do a market execution. All I would do is I'm already on buy. I would hit market. So when I tap market, we have the market, a buy limit or a sell limit or a buy stop and sell stop as an option. If we wanted to, we're going to do a market execution. The market execution puts you in the trade right now. Under that, you have volume. Now, volume, this is beautiful. Now, you can either type the amount of money in terms of cash. Literally, you can say, I want to risk $20. You could do lot size, right? So you could do, 0.50. You could do whatever you wanted to do. Dollar per point, same thing. You could say, okay, I want to risk $10 per point. However you want to do it. Balance percent of the equity. So if you're a person that, over leveraging and risk management is a problem, I just want to stick to a certain percentage, which is how you're supposed to trade, you can just do that. And this is pretty much what I do. I do percentage of balance, right? So let's say I want to risk 5% of my account. I'll just do 5%, right? And once you do that, let's do 5, boom. Now we know we got 5% of our account right there and ready for us. So next thing, the only thing is that's very, very important. You have to understand when you're doing this, when you're setting a percentage as your stop loss or a certain amount of money as your stop loss, you have to put a a price for your stop loss. You can't just put a balance. So the price, so even with the stop loss, you could do pips, you could do so many options, right? So here, price of our stop loss is 1.48721, 1.48721, right? So you can see before we had like the little caution sign, now is actually saying buy because we've put all the information we need to put in order to enter the trade. Now, TP you don't have to put immediately, but we're going to go ahead and place it now. It's 1.49436, 1.49436. All right. So once I've done this, I put 5% of my balance, I have my stop loss in place, I have my TP in place, market execution, I can just press buy and I'll be into the trade, right? So I'm gonna press buy, boom. Now I'm automatically in the trade. No questions asked, no confusion, right? Now let's say I want to do a buy stop or a buy limit. What I'll do is press market and I'll do stop. In this case, I'll do a limit. Let's do a limit. And because the market already activated for this trade, and we're gonna put the entry price that I had here, we're gonna set that limit. So that's 1.48910. So 1.48910. Right? Oh, sorry, 901. Right? And I hit place. Now, as you guys can see, this gold line right there, that 0.02, this gold line, this is my buy limit that I just set. So if the market pulls back to it, it's going to automatically enter me into the trade. So that's essentially how you enter a trade on Sway. Also, up top, you have one-click executions. So if you already knew the lot size you need to use. Now, if you're going to do this one-click execution, I hope you've already calculated the lot size you need to use. If you already calculated the lot size you need to use and you know the lot size you need to use, then by all means, what you can actually do, and let me just close all these positions, and I'm going to show you guys how I did that in a second. All right. But I just want to clear my chart out for you guys. But let's say I went to one-click trade, right? And I already knew the lot size I wanted to put, and I wanted to quickly get into the trade. Up top where you see that orange box, that 0.01 and that blue box, that's where you can, the orange box is the sell, the blue box, the blue box is the buy. So let's say I came here, you can edit your stop loss to 0.02 and then just hit buy. Boom, and it automatically put me into trade. Now, something cool you can actually do with Sway is on the chart, if I tap my 0.02, you see I have an SL and TP box right there. So I can actually take and drag my stop loss to wherever I want to be. And this is really cool. And as you guys can see, as I drag it, you notice it gives me four pieces of information. The first piece of information is the price. On the top right of the red box, you see 1.48335. That is the current price. If I let go of my thumb, I'm actually dragging my thumb on the screen. If I let go of my thumb, it's going to place it at that place. Now, it's also letting me know that that is 63 pips, right? That's a 60, now 64 because the market is moving. That would be a 64 pip stop loss. Beside the 64 pips is letting me know that that is a negative $9 loss, right? And that would be 14% of my account because this is a $64 account, right? So not losing $9 would be about 14.6, about 15%. So you could drag it and place it, boom. And then what you want to hit, either hit dismiss if you don't want it and hit change if that's what you want. And you can do the same thing for the take profit. You can take that take profit and drag it wherever you want. And it will let you know that, okay, if you let it go right here, that's 45 pips, making $6.91, which is about 10% of my account profit. If I tap that, hit change, done. And I can always edit this as I please, hit change. And if I mistakenly edit it and I don't want that, just hit dismiss and it'll go back to where it's supposed to be, right? So that's essentially how you enter a trade on Sway. Is super simple. So many ways you can do it. Very effective. Now, like I said, it does help you in terms of helping you calculate your loss a little bit. But if you're going to do the one-click trade, I hope you at least know a ballpark of how much you're risking. But let's just say I get into a position, right? Now, once you're in your trade, on the bottom of your screen, you see you have trade, positions, tools, and account. Now, trade is just another way you can, from the screen we were just in, where you can, exit and enter your trades as you please. Now, positions, where I just came from, this shows all the open positions you have, whether it's a pending position, it's a closed position. A pending position or open position, it will show right now. So I have open position, and it's letting me know that I'm buying EuroCAD for 0.02 lots. That's my lot size, and I'm up 30 cents, 31 cents. Now, if I wanted to close the trade, I just hit close, and it will not ask you twice, guys. It will immediately close you out the trade. Now, on the top right corner, I have a tool sign. If I tap that tool sign, I have a couple options where I can come here where it says, where it says close, I can tap that and it'll automatically close me. Now you can also partially close out a trade. If you tap partial close, you can do 25%, 50%, 75%. You have different options of how much you can close of your trade, or you can just choose a certain lot size that you wanted to close out and partially close your trade. Whether you risk too much or you're in profit, you want to take out some partials, however you want to do it, you have that option. Now, also, view and edit, right? This is where you can just view and edit your chart. You don't really need to worry about that too much. And then, like I said, stop loss, you can edit your stop loss numbers. And then you also have TP where you can exit your TP numbers back. And then break even exit. This is what you would tap. Let's say you're in profit and you want to move your stop loss to break even. If you just hit break even exit, it's going to automatically set your stop loss to break even. So let me come here and show y'all. Notice how my stop loss was down here before, but now it automatically moved right there at my break even, right? So that's a really, really cool function, one-click function to be able to help you go break even on your trades. And I really love that option. Now going back to positions, and then, you have EuroCAD where you can just hedge, reverse. You guys, you don't really got to worry about that. There's no reason you should even be doing that, to be honest. Right. So, but that's pretty much it when it comes to positions. Now, tools, this is just where you can look at, different tools like the calendar. If you wanted to, you could look at, and it's showing you all the news events. And this is really, really cool. The red is the high impact news, letting you know what time. So at 12:30 today, we're going to have high impact news because the Fed chair, Jerome Powell, is speaking. And then you can see all the daily news that's going to happen, in the upcoming days, upcoming weeks. Orange is non-high impact, and red is high impact news. That's going to really, probably shake the market in some type of way, shape, or form, right? Going back to tools, you have account metrics, you have clock, you have so many different things like currency heat map. Like, you have so many different tools that this thing gives you. It's actually pretty cool, bro. I'm not going to lie to y'all. This one is tough. Gives you a lot of different options. And I'm gonna be honest, a lot of this stuff you're never gonna really use, but the fact that you have it, somebody out there is gonna need it. Somebody out there is gonna use it. It may be you. So definitely get acquainted with these different tools and see which one is actually beneficial for you. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really use them on a day-to-day basis. But it may be effective in some type of way, beneficial to you. And then we have account on the top right, which just shows your account metrics, right? So if you're ever in a trade, if you tap the money side of the account, it will let you know your equity, your balance. So we have a balance of $64 here in this demo account, and then $65 in equity because I'm in profit. Just let me know my float and P&L. I'm currently 89 cents in profit, whole lot of money, and I'm currently 1.35% in profit, right? Open percentage, and then it lets you know your margin, and how much margin you have, and all that good stuff. So pretty lit, the options it gives you. So if you tap account, again, that will bring you there. Also, where it says profit and loss up top, if I tap that, it will bring me to the same place. So it's you can do two things to get you to the same place. This whole top row would do the same thing. But essentially, that's all there is to Sway, right? If you want to enter a trade, you hit the Sway button. You type in, the metrics that you need. You hit place, and it'll automatically place it for you. So it's pretty cool. There's also more options, like I said, on the iPad and on a laptop than the phone. But I know majority of us is going to be on the phone. So I just wanted to break down real quick how to use the app on your phone. You guys learned how to enter into a trade. You guys learned how to close a position at any moment, how to partially close a position at any moment. And that's pretty much the ins and out of it, of this app. So if you have any questions, just go ahead and let me know. Let's go ahead and get this money. And again, this Sway is for live capital only. My advice will be, if you're funding up anything less than $500, stop what you're doing and go get a funded account. If you're trading on less than $500, there is no point. If like maybe $300, you can get away or something like that. But anything like $200, $100, stop what you're doing. Go get a funded account. There's no point of trading on a live account. The only advantages a live account gives you is, number one, there's no rules. You can trade however you want. That's number one. You can be as aggressive or as you want. That's a great advantage. The second advantage is it's your money. If you make money right now, you can take it out right now. So that's the great part. With the funded account, it's not that simple. You have to pass, and then you can only withdraw once a week. So I understand there's a give and take with the funded account. But the funded account is just going to give you a bigger bang for your buck overall. but the live account does give you a lot of more freedom and more advantages when it comes to your money. So if you have a lot of capital, then I understand completely why you would want to trade with the live account, because you have like 100% freedom and 100% independence when it comes to your money, right? So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy your day. Let's